The quiet of a January morning in 2024 was shattered by an incident that would resonate far beyond the immediate vicinity of the A1175 at Hope Pole, near Stamford in Lincolnshire. 10:14 a.m. a collision occurred, a moment that would irrevocably alter the lives of those involved, most notably Amanda Mealing and Mark Lesage. Amanda Mealing, known for her roles in popular television dramas, found herself at the center of a real-life drama, one that would play out in the courts and the public eye. Mark Lesage, a theater nurse, was on his way to work, his daily routine abruptly interrupted. He was driving his Skoda, a vehicle that, until that moment, represented a reliable means of transportation, a tool for his daily life. Collision occurred when Mealing, driving her Mini Cooper, veered across the road. This unexpected maneuver, this sudden deviation from the expected path, was the catalyst for the entire sequence of events that followed. The impact was significant. Two vehicles, one a Skoda and the other a Mini Cooper, collided with a force that sent shockwaves through the quiet morning. The sound, a jarring disruption of the peace, echoed through the surrounding countryside. The physical consequences were immediate and severe. Amanda Mealing, also known as Amanda Saintsbury, sustained a deep head laceration, a broken wrist, and a fractured clavicle. These were tangible injuries, physical manifestations of the force of the collision. They were injuries that would require medical attention, injuries that would leave lasting marks. Mark Lesage's injuries were more profound, impacting his quality of life in a way that would extend far beyond the immediate aftermath of the crash. Prosecution, led by Marie Stace, presented the details of the incident in court. Court heard about the force of the impact, the extent of the damage, and the injuries sustained by both parties. Prosecution also presented crucial evidence, the toxicology reports. These reports provided a scientific, objective measure of Amanda Mealing's state at the time of the collision. The reports revealed that Amanda Mealing had 18 micrograms of cocaine in her bloodstream. This was nearly double the legal limit of 10 micrograms. Presence of cocaine, an illicit substance, was a critical factor in the case. Suggested that Mealing was not in a state to safely operate a motor vehicle. Furthermore, the reports showed that she had over 240 micrograms of benzoylecgonine, a substance formed when the body metabolizes cocaine, in her system. This was nearly 5 times over the legal threshold of 50 micrograms. These numbers, these precise measurements, painted a clear picture of Mealing's condition. Court heard Mark Lesage's account of the collision. He described the sound as an explosion, a sudden, violent noise that signaled the beginning of a terrifying ordeal. His vehicle spun uncontrollably, a disorienting experience that left him struggling to regain his bearings. Smoke filled the interior of the car, adding to the sense of panic and confusion. He was trapped, his foot lodged beneath the pedal, a cruel twist of fate that amplified his distress. He struggled to free himself, his efforts hampered by the twisted metal and the growing sense of urgency. A paramedic arrived at the scene, providing a crucial intervention. Paramedic assessed Mark Lesage's condition, recognizing the severity of his injuries. The decision was made to transport him to the hospital immediately. The injuries were deemed serious enough to require urgent medical attention. The paramedic's assessment was critical in ensuring that Lesage received the necessary care. The need for immediate hospital care underscored the severity of the accident. A witness, who had been driving behind Amanda Mealing, provided a crucial testimony. The witness described Mealing's driving as erratic, noting that she was swerving across the road. Initially, the witness assumed that Mealing was attempting to avoid an obstacle. However, it soon became clear that there was no such obstacle. Mealing had simply lost control of her vehicle. This testimony provided a first-hand account of Mealing's driving behavior in the moments leading up to the collision, corroborated the prosecution's assertion that Mealing was driving recklessly. In a police interview, Amanda Mealing admitted to consuming cocaine the night before the accident. This admission was a key piece of evidence, confirming that she had indeed used an illegal substance. Her solicitor, Edward Lloyd, attempted to contest the extent of Mark Lesage's injuries. He suggested that there was a lack of official documentation proving that Lesage had been transported to the hospital by ambulance. He also implied that Lesage's reported injuries might be exaggerated. This attempt to downplay Lesage's injuries was met with sharp criticism. The court heard Lesage's victim impact statement, a powerful account of the consequences of the crash. Lesage, a theater nurse, stated that his fine motor skills were impaired. These skills were essential to his profession, vital for performing delicate surgical procedures. The impairment of these skills effectively ended his ability to work in the operating room. This was a devastating blow, a loss of his livelihood. Lesage also emphasized the emotional and psychological trauma of the incident. Trauma extended beyond the physical injuries, leaving deep scars on his psyche. The emotional toll was significant, impacting his ability to function in his daily life. The lingering effects of the trauma served as a constant reminder of the accident. Amanda Mealing, through her solicitor, expressed deep regret and acknowledged being deeply ashamed. She recognized the severity of her actions and the impact they had on Mark Lesage. Court was also told of Amanda Mealing's personal history. Her brother had died of a drug overdose at the age of 18. This tragic event added another layer of complexity to the case. Suggested that Mealing should have been acutely aware of the dangers of drug use. She admitted that she should have known better, a statement that resonated with the court. The public reaction to Amanda Mealing's sentencing was mixed. Some expressed sympathy, acknowledging the pressures faced by those in the public eye. Others deemed the punishment lenient, arguing that it did not reflect the gravity of the offense. They called for stricter penalties for drug-related driving offenses, emphasizing the potential for irreversible damage. Following the court ruling, Amanda Mealing remained out of the public eye. She focused on personal rehabilitation, attempting to come to terms with the consequences of her actions. Mark Lesage continued to navigate his recovery, dealing with the lasting effects of his injuries. Case highlighted the devastating consequences of impaired driving and the importance of accountability. Served as a stark reminder of the potential for a single moment of reckless behavior to have a profound and lasting impact. The toxicology reports were a crucial element of the prosecution's case. The 18 micrograms of cocaine in Amanda Mealing's bloodstream, nearly double the legal limit, was a key piece of evidence. 240 micrograms of benzoylecgonine, almost 5 times the legal threshold, further underscored the extent of her impairment. Court meticulously reviewed these figures, recognizing their significance in determining the severity of the offense. Mark Lesage's description of the collision as an explosion provided a vivid account of the impact. The uncontrollable spinning of his vehicle, the smoke filling the interior, and the entrapment of his foot beneath the pedal all contributed to the harrowing experience. Paramedics' arrival and assessment were critical in ensuring that he received timely medical attention. The witness testimony, detailing Amanda Mealing's erratic driving, corroborated the prosecution's assertion that she was driving recklessly. The absence of any obstacle in the road further emphasized the fact that her behavior was the result of impaired judgment. Her admission of cocaine use during the police interview provided further confirmation of her state at the time of the collision. Edward Lloyd's attempt to downplay Mark Lesage's injuries was met with strong criticism. The victim impact statement provided a powerful counterpoint, highlighting the devastating impact of the accident on Lesage's professional and personal life. The loss of his fine motor skills, the emotional trauma, and the disruption of his daily routine were all significant consequences of the crash.